Good morning, everyone. This is your daily math activity for Wednesday, the Macaroni Rainbow, April 1st, 2020. It's a new month. The new month is April. What's the new month? April. And on this first day of April, you are going to play a game of comparing numbers. Say comparing numbers. For this game of comparing numbers, you are going to need a sheet of paper to record your answers, a tool to write with, your manipulatives. You're also going to need your number cards 0 through 10. And of course, you're also going to need your tens frame. All right, we have all our tools and our materials. Let's go set up our game. Let's go.
Okay, let's set up our game. It's the same setup as yesterday's game. So for comparing numbers, you are gonna have your tens frame down here. You're also gonna put your manipulatives above your tens frame. Your number cards above your tens frame as well. And your recording sheet on the side. And Mr. Junie wrote down the title of the game, Comparing Numbers. And then I'm going to record all of my answers here. Now, the objective of this game is to compare two values using your comparison symbols. Remember, comparing means we want to know which value is greater, which value is less, or if the values are equal. One more time, everyone say comparing. Comparing means we want to know which value is greater and which value is less, or if the values are equal. Now, I mentioned our comparison symbols. Do you remember our comparison symbols? Let's see. I'm going to write them down below the title of our game. So, here's one comparison symbol. What symbol is that? Is it equal, less than, or greater than? It's greater than. Yeah, so I'm going to write the letter G to remind me that this sign is the greater symbol. G stands for greater. We also have this sign to compare values. What sign is this? Yeah, it's the equal sign. So if two values are equal, that means they are the same. Good memory. Last one, last symbol to compare values. What symbol is this? It looks like the greater symbol, but it's flipped. What sign is it? It's the less than symbol. So I'm going to write down the letter L. L stands for less than. What does L stand for? L. So one more time. This symbol is the greater symbol. This symbol is the equal symbol. And this symbol is the less than symbol. Nice job. Great review. All right, everyone, let's start playing our game of comparing numbers. So the first thing that you're going to do is draw a card and build the value in the top 10 frame. So I'm going to grab a card. Ooh, what number is this? It's 10. So I'm going to build 10 in my first tens frame. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop! I stop at 10 because that's how many I need. I need 10. And now I'm going to write it down on my recording sheet. A 1 and a 0 makes 10, 10, 10. That's how I write the number 10. And now I'm going to grab another number card. And what number is this? Yeah, it's the number 8. So I'm going to build 8 in that bottom tens frame down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop! I stop at 8 because I only need how many? 8. And now I'm going to record that number on my recording sheet. A circle and a circle is really great. That's how you write the number 8. And now, friends, remember, this game is called comparing numbers. So the objective, remember, is we're comparing numbers. We want to know which number is greater, which number is less than, or if the numbers are equal. Now, let's see. We have to put a symbol in between the numbers. So it might be greater symbol, it might be the equal symbol, or it might be the less symbol. Do you think it's going to be the equal symbol? Let's see. Let's write it. I'm going to use a different marker. Do you think 10 equals 8? No, huh? Remember, equal means what? The same. So is 10 the same or equal to 8? Nah, that's not right. So I'm going to put an X. How about the less than symbol? What if I put this here? Let's read that. I know this is the less than symbol because remember Mr. Alligator? Mr. Alligator always eats the greater number. So is Mr. Alligator eating the greater number? No, because if I read this, it would be 10 is less than 8. Oops, forgot to label. Try it again. 10 is less than 8. No, remember, less than means smaller. So is 10 smaller than 8? No, that's not true. I'm gonna cross that out. How about the last symbol, the greater than symbol? Is 10 greater than 8? Yeah, I know 10 is greater than 8 because 10 is bigger than 8. If I look at my tens frame, which value has more? Which value has more manipulatives? This tens frame that represents 10 or this tens frame here that represents 8? Yeah, 10 has more. So this is true. 10 is greater than 8. So I'm reading it this way. But if I read it this way, is 8 still greater than 10? No, it would be the opposite. 8 is not greater. 8 is actually smaller than 10. So you can read it 8 is smaller or less than 10. Or if it helps you, you can also just write it. So I can flip the numbers. So I write 8 on this side now and 10 over here. And I would put the less than symbol because 8 is less than 10. And friends, that's how you compare your numbers. You're going to use your comparison symbols up here to compare two different values. And friends, you're going to keep going. If you don't have any more space, just use the back. But you're going to keep going until you have no more cards in your pile. One more time. The objective is we want to know which value is greater, which value is less than, or if the values are equal. Okay, everyone, I just finished my game of comparing numbers, and I thought it was a little too easy peasy for you. So it's time for Mr. Junis Challenge. Mr. Junis Challenge. For today's challenge, I have 2 questions for you. The first question is, how many more is the greater number? Can you read it with me? How many more is the greater number? The second question is this. How many less is the smaller number? Read it with me. How many less is the smaller number? So let's first answer this top question, this first question. And I'm going to use that example from our first comparison. So we have 10 up here, and we have 8 up here. I want to know how many more is the greater number. But first, which number is greater, 10 or 8? Yeah, 10 is greater because 10 has more. So now I know 10 is the greater number. But how many more is the greater number? So I'm going to look at my smaller number, and I know that I'm trying to make 10. I'm trying to make that greater number. So how many more of these crumpled papers will I need to make 10? Let's see. I have 8 so far. How many more do I need to make 10? Let's see. 8, 9, 10. Stop. I just added this many. How many more did I have to add? Is 2. So 8 and 2 more pieces of paper makes 10. So how many more is the greater number? The greater number is bigger by 2. All right, so that's how you solve the first question. The second question again, how many less is the smaller number? First, I'm gonna look at the number that is smaller. Is 8, and I know 10 is the greater number, so I need to know how many less. If I hear the word less, do you think I'm adding more or taking away? I'm taking away. So I'm gonna look at the greater number. How many of these crumpled pieces of paper do I have to take away to make the smaller number? Let's see. Now, I have to count backwards, and I'm gonna count backwards and take away crumpled papers at the same time until I get to 8. So I'm gonna start at 10, count backwards, 10, take away 1, 9, take away another 1, 8, stop. Look, I have 8 here. How many did I take away? 2. So how many less is a smaller number? 8 is 2 less than 10. And sorry, I'm gonna say it one more time. 8 is 2 less than 10. I took away 2 of those crumpled pieces of paper to make 8. Right? So that's just an example of how to solve Mr. Junis' challenge. And I want you watching this to also take on the challenge, because I know a lot of you can compare numbers already. Okay, friends, and make sure you post them on the Facebook group, in a video, or in a picture. And if you want to add a more challenge, if you want to make it even more challenging, you can also use your teen number cards as well. Okay, I can't wait to see all those videos and those pictures in our Facebook group.
Thank you for watching today's activity. Make sure to share your pictures and your videos of today's activity in the Facebook group. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mr. Junis' YouTube channel. All right, I'll see you again tomorrow for another daily math activity. Peace out.